Hello, welcome to ballet class, Ballet B and Ballet C. I want to remind you all, I know you're keeping up with your schoolwork at home, so it's really important that we keep working on our ballet technique and keeping that choreography fresh in our heads. So Ballet B, you guys are my mushrooms, and Ballet C, you girls are my piggies. So we're going to go over choreography, and I have the choreography finished for both pieces. Maybe not the entrance and exits quite clear yet. We might learn those in person when we finally get to see each other again. I can't wait until I can see your smiling faces, girls. You have no idea. It is nowhere near as fun to teach a class in my living room as it is to come to the studio with you girls. In the meantime, if you have any questions or concerns about class, about if you're doing something right, or if you need something to be explained a little bit better, have your parents email me. They can send me a video. You guys can send me a picture, even if it's just a pose. Everybody should have my email. If you don't, you can send it just to Ballet Western Reserve. Miss Danielle might get it, or Miss Sharon, they can forward it on to me. All right, so let's get started with our warm-up. Now typically we sit in a circle. We sit crisscross applesauce, 2 fingers floating on the floor. Your head is nice and tall. I'm trying to make my spine nice and straight. So when I'm sitting here, I don't want to sit forward over my legs, but rather I want to pretend like I'm sitting up against the wall. Okay, my head is on the wall, my shoulders are on the wall, my back is on the wall, and I'm sitting up tall, right? While I'm sitting up tall though, I'm not lifting my heart up quite yet. That's our cambre, when we lift our heart to the sky. So you wanna have your shoulders, think about your shoulders being, well, your head, let's start with your head. Let's start with your head as one block, like a wooden block. They're on top of my shoulders, so there's 2 blocks, and that one's on top of my rib cage. And that one's on top of my hips. So I have 4 blocks, and they're all stacked up nice and neat, and they're all in one line, okay? So sitting up nice and tall, go ahead and put your legs out in a pike. So that's when they go out in front of you. I'm gonna turn to the side just so you can see a little bit better today. And you can just follow along for the warm-up. Ready? Start with your feet flexed, 2 fingers on the floor, point them, and flex, nice and slow, peel them back. Point your feet and peel your toes back. Hug your knees. And back out. And point faster this time, flex. Point and flex. And hug those knees. Turn into a butterfly. Sit up nice and tall, float your head up. Fly your butterfly wings. All right, give those knees a hug. Put your hands under your knees. Sit up nice and tall. And stretch your right leg straight. And put it down. And stretch your left leg straight. And put it down. Hug your knees in one more time. Stretch out tall. Flex, and now we alternate. 1 foot, and change them. Point both feet, stretch, touch your toes, and roll up, flex your feet. Point 1 foot, and change, and point both feet, touch your toes with straight legs, roll up. And let's go to tummy time, where we always lay on our bellies. Okay, this is a lot more fun when we all get to look at each other and smile. So let's pretend like we have everybody in our classroom together, and we're all giggling and smiling together. Take a big deep breath in, and put your hands under your shoulders, and exhale as you stretch your back out. Push your shoulders down, and relax. That's our cambre. If we were standing up on our feet, that's called a cambre. Let's try it one more time. Push, stretch your shoulders down, look up to the sky, and relax. Okay, pull your knees into your chest, your hips down on your heels, make a small ball, and take 3 deep breaths. Very good, roll up. Now let's go out into our tabletop position. When I'm in my tabletop position, My knees aren't touching, they're right underneath of my hips. Okay, my shoulders and my wrists are in line with each other, and my wrists and my knees are in line. So I have a nice rectangle here. I have another rectangle on the floor, and I have another rectangle with my legs, right? Now I always start with my right leg, so let's take our right leg back and lift it up and count to 8. 1, don't spill your popcorn on your back, remember. 2, pull your tummies in. 3, float it up on 4 and back down. Float 5, float 6, feel all your fingers on the floor. Float 7, and float on 8. Bring it in, stretch your left leg out. Let's count backwards. 8, 7, keep your hip down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, bring both knees in, back down into child's pose. 3 more breaths. All right, go ahead, out on your tummy one more time. We're gonna do our superhero flies. So we're on our bellies, stretch your arms out, and on the count of 3, we're gonna fly. Ready? 1, 2, 3, lift them up and fly. And take a break. Lift it up again. Now this time swim. And take a break. One more time, fly up as high as you can, lift onto your, lift. And take a break. Pull your feet in, your knees into your chest. One more time in child's pose. And let's do a port de bras. So in our port de bras today, we're gonna do a different one than we did last week. Still sitting crisscross applesauce, still floating 2 fingers on the floor. Your head is floating up nice and high, okay? Remember, we're thinking about having those long dangly earrings on. You don't wanna poke yourself in the shoulder because that would hurt. Floating up nice and tall. We're gonna lift the arms to second on 7, 8. Both arms are gonna come in. Then your right arm is gonna go up over your head while your left arm goes out to the side. That's 3rd position. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 1. This is 2. On 3, you're gonna turn your wrists so that the palms of your hands are going away from each other. Okay, so the palm of this hand is going that way, and the palm of that hand is going straight down. 1 and 2. Stretch on 3, back to 3rd on 4, bring it down on 5, up on 6, open 7 and 8. Okay, let's do that one more time. On the right side, the right arm goes up tall. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, open 7 and 8. Remember, in 2nd position, my elbows can't be droopy. Don't want to look like I have broken bird wings. My elbows have to be supported from underneath. So my elbows point to the back of the room, my fingers point to the front of the room. I don't have a broken bird wing. I have a nice rounded hug around 2 friends. Right, so the left side, then we did left side next. 1, left arm goes up this time. 2, stretch them straight on 3, back rounded on 4, 5, up 6, open 7, 8. Then you have your port de bras, cambray forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, flat back, up, 6, 7, 8. When you get here, make sure your shoulders aren't hiding those earrings. I want to see how long you have a nice long giraffe neck right now. My elbows are pointed to the sides of the room. So I went forward, 2, 3, 4, and up, 6, 7, 8. Then you lift your heart up to the ceiling. And when you go up to the ceiling, don't let your arms fall back behind you, because that doesn't look pretty. You should still be able to see your hands, but I'm lifting my heart up to the ceiling. So back, 2, 3, 4, and up. Okay, and the whole time we're doing the forward and the back, keep your sits bones. Those are those bones that you can feel when you wiggle into the floor when you sit on somebody's lap. Okay, and they tell you have a bony butt. You wiggle it a little bit harder. Those sits bones, you have to keep those on the floor. So when you go forward, don't let your hips come up, okay? We're gonna do that 2 times, okay? So we did the right side, then we do the left side, then we go forward, then we go back, then we're gonna float our arms down, probably take 8 counts to do that, then we'll start the whole thing over again, okay? If you need to go back and review the combination, you can do that now, but I'm gonna start the music. Seven, 8, and 2, stretch them straight, and down, up, forward, up, and lift your heart. Now let's take 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hold it here. Round your elbows out. Make sure they're facing the back of the room. And in and up. Stretch them straight and round. Bring them to first, up to fifth. Open and in, up, stretch. And forward, up, and lift, and all the way down this time. Long, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, let's go ahead and stand up and get ready to do some plies. All right, ladies, working in plies. We'll go over the arms in a minute. Let's just talk about the feet and the legs. We start in first position. Sometimes I call that pizza feet. So it means I'm making a triangle with my feet. I don't want a skinny piece of pizza. I want a big, fat piece of pizza. So make sure your feet are wide apart. Your toes are wide apart. Your heels are close together. Then we're going to go out to second position. Second position is similar, that my toes are turned away and my heels are coming together, but now there's some space between my heels. I want my heels to be right underneath of my shoulders for right now. Okay, so I'm making a nice rectangle from my shoulder down to my heel, to my other heel, up to my shoulder and back. Okay, then we're going to come into third position. First, the right foot goes in the front and that right heel touches right at that left place where your elastic is on your shoe. Okay, then we're going to put the left foot in the front with the same deal. I usually give you a little bit of extra time to find that position, but I think we should be able to do it pretty quickly now because we've been doing it since September. So first position starts here, then we'll do the combination in second, then take your right foot to the front for third, then your left foot goes to the front for third. Your arms are pretty simple. They're going to start down low en bas, and I'm thinking about making a nice oval with my arms. It's not a circle. It's a long circle. So if I made a circle and I stretched it a little bit. Okay, my fingers are coming together. I always hide my thumbs when I'm a ballerina. The arms are going to float up to first position and hold. Float up to fifth position and hold. That's for your plies. Okay, they do a little bit of different things after that. But so 2 demi-plies. Demi means half. I always ask, how low should you go in a demi-plie? You should go as low as you can before you feel your heels wanting to come off the floor. If your heels come off the floor, it's not a demi-plie anymore. So keep your heels down, but go as low as you can, right? Remember we worked on making nice wide windows for our friends to wave at us through? So when you do your demi-plie, that's when your arms float up, then they stay while you stretch, Do it again, demi-plie, they float up. Stay while you stretch. You're gonna releve, little bourrée turn, around your right shoulder first, lower your heels. All right, ballet C, we worked a lot on spotting our head, so my head is the last thing to leave, but the first thing to come back when I turn. And we do the other side, demi and stretch, demi and stretch, releve, turn over your left shoulder, lower your heels, and find second position. Demi and stretch, demi and stretch. This one gets 2 releves. So I take the elevator up, and when I do that, my arms are gonna come out to second position. Make sure they're round. On the second releve, they go allongé long, and then they float back down. So it'll look like this. Releve, take the elevator up, take it down while you hold. Allongé is long, elevator up, take the elevator down. Then you do that one again. Demi and stretch, demi and stretch. Rise up, open your arms, hold them. Rise up, long arms. Bring that right foot in, and I always let you flex it so you can really get that heel in there. Demi and stretch, demi and stretch. This time I point my foot when it comes off the floor, and I bring my toe up the side of my leg, and when I put my foot down in the back, my arms open up. And you can flex your foot to find the other side. Demi and stretch, demi and stretch. Point your foot, toe comes to the side of the knee, open it up when you pull them down, and find first position again. When you pull this leg up to passe, don't let your body tip over, okay? You have to think about this rectangle from your hips to your shoulders, okay? You can think of it like a cell phone screen. So when you're holding a phone, not when you're holding it sideways, but when you're holding it straight up and down, okay? You don't want to let that cell phone tip sideways. All right, make sure that rectangle stays straight up and down. All right, let's get trying it with some music. Start in first position, arms en bas, down low. Ready? And repeat the other side. Second position. And open your arms, round them out, long arms, again. Round arms, and bring that leg up to passe. And bring it down, find third on the other side. Passe up. Arms come down. And find first position. We're going to keep our tendus the same from last week. We do 3 tendus with a demi-plie en croix, starting with the right leg. When you go devant to the front, we'll start with our hands on our hips. Devant to the front, your arm's going to come up over your head in 5th position. A la seconde, when you tendu to the side, goes into a la seconde second. Derriere, it's going to come to that nice arabesque line. It's right under my nose. Don't let it go too high or too low. It's right in line with my nose, okay? Then to finish out the en croix cross, I've done front, side, back. I do the same side one more time, and my arm's gonna go out. Okay, so when I do my 3 tendus, I hear a nice whisper, both in and out. So I can hear my foot slide across the floor. Make sure yours does too. Tendu means to stretch. So when you tendu, You're stretching your leg as long as it can go. There's no weight on it, and I definitely don't have the ball of my foot touching. It's just the very top of my shoe, right here. The top of my toe is touching the floor, okay? So I'll give you an example because we've done this since last week. So I'll give you one example. 5, 6, 7, 8, tendu 1, tendu 2, tendu 3, plie, my arm's gonna come to first, and it opens out to the side. Tendu 3 times, plie, my arm changes. Tendu 3 times, plie, it changes. Tendu 3 times, plie, get ready for the left side. Okay, so you do devant front, à la seconde side, make sure that elbow is lifted, don't let it droop. Derrière, à la seconde again, and this time you're gonna open both arms up. Go forward, grab a big pile of love, roll up your spine, shoulders come down, throw all the love into the air. Now when you go forward, you go with a flat back. Make sure you don't lead with your chin down like this. That doesn't look very nice. Flat back forward, grab a big pile of love, let your head hang, make sure you can see your knees, are they straight? Roll up your spine, make sure your spine is straight. You shouldn't be arching your back, should be having those blocks stacked up again. From here, I keep those blocks stacked up, but I just let my head tip back a little bit. And I want you to end with your hands on your hips. Okay, we're gonna work in first position. And 1, 2, 3, change your arm, and a 1, 2, 3, plie, change your arm, 1, make sure it's behind you, plie, and a 1, 2, 3, plie, and 1, 2, 3, demi plie, a 1, a 2, a 3, plie, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, plie, and go forward, roll up, and throw it all up in the air, hands on your hips. Very good. Let's practice some sautés, some jumps, some little jumps before we get into choreography today. We're just gonna keep our hands on our hips for this one. Starts in first position, you do a demi-plie, nice and deep. So you push down, jump down and stretch. Down, jump down and stretch. What do you notice about my feet? Every time they leave the floor, I point my toes. So I point my toes in the air, and when I land toe, ball, heel. When you land your sautés, you have to put your heels on the ground. Okay, if you land like this, it doesn't look so good. So land in a nice clean plie. Let's review that one more time. Plie, and down, plie, and down. From there, you're gonna do 2 in first position, start with a plie, 1, 2, échappé out, second, first, stretch, and hold. We're gonna do that 2 times total. Plie, and down, plie, and down, and jump, jump, out and in, stretch, and hold. Let's try it with the music. Plie, plie, and 1, 2, out, in, stretch your legs. Plie, and jump, plie, jump, 1, 2, out, in, stretch your legs. ballet C, we're gonna start with the piggies. Okay, so you're coming on from stage right, which would be this direction. Everybody's gonna run in, and you'll find your formation. Seated on top of your heels, your legs nice and close together. Your arms can't reach the floor anymore, so you're gonna keep them nice and supported from underneath of you. When it's time, you'll hear the cue in the music. You start with your right leg. Okay, remember we talked about presenting the heel forward. Make sure I can see your face, right? It's my left arm that's down and my right arm that's up. So if I did it this way, you can't see my face anymore. Make sure you can see your pretty smiling face. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3. Then I bring my feet together and I want to look at my toes. 2, 2, 3. So this is a 1 and a 2, and then you're going to turn 3 and 4. Keep those arms nice and supported. Don't slump over. Now do the left side. Make sure you present that heel forward. 1, and look at your toes. 2, 3, and 4. You do it a third time. Present the heel. This time, look at your toes. Go to your elbows with your feet up in the air. And then you kick your feet like there's somebody chasing you trying to cook you up. Kick your feet like a tantrum. Count to 6. Okay, keep rolling over. You're gonna stand up, sauté arabesque, and then we start our balance. So I keep my toe out. Hands are on our hips. You cut, coupe, 2 straight legs, 2 bent legs. And coupe, 2 straight legs, 2 bent legs. Run in a circle. Stop with your right foot in the front. Okay, going on. This is what was new last week. Step on that right leg, brush the attitude, brush it back to an arabesque, turn. Now you have your left foot in front. Step to the corner, brush, brush. Now I turn toward that leg. Now my right foot's back in the front. Last week I only told you to do it 2 times, but this week we're gonna do it 4, so let's do it twice more. Take a little jump, soutenu, left foot's in the front, little jump, soutenu, right foot ends in the front. Some key ideas to keep in mind. When you brush forward to this attitude, don't let your foot sickle. That's not pretty. It's gotta be a straight leg. My toe is pointed down, my knee is trying to open up. So when I sit crisscross applesauce, it's a similar feeling that I get in that leg. So when I stand up, my hip really has to crank, turn out, so I have a pretty leg. Okay, let's try all of that with music first. Right, remember you're starting off stage right, so you won't start on stage, you'll start off. You're gonna ballet run in on the tips of your toes, and the cook is chasing you with a meat cleaver. So would you be smiling while you run on stage? Or would you be laughing while you run? Would you be crying? Would you look scared? Okay, think about that while you're running on. Run the way you think you would feel if you were a piggy about to be cooked up. And running on. Find your position. Get ready. Look at your feet. Here's number 3. And kick. Balance. Run in a circle. And with your right foot in the front, there's 1. Left, that's number 2. And 3, 4. Okay, let's do that one more time. Get ready. Look at your feet. Here's number 3. And kick. Balance. Run in a circle. And with your right foot in the front, there's 1. Left, that's number 2. And 3. 4. Okay, let's do that one more time. Get ready. Look at your feet. Here's number 3. And kick. Balance. Run in a circle. And with your right foot in the front, there's 1. Left, that's number 2. And 3. 4. Okay, let's do that one more time. All right, my little piggies, you have ended with your right foot in front, and you should have your arms down after that actually, but let's go ahead and after you've finished the last one, this is number 4, put your hands on your hips, right? From there, we're gonna glide a glissade. I'm starting in 5th position, but I want you to end in 1st. So you're gonna take your right leg out to the side, make sure your knee goes up to the ceiling, not toward the mirror or the front of your room. Okay, glissade means glide. It's like jumping over a little puddle. I landed in 5th, but I want you to land in 1st. So I glide over a puddle, end my feet in 1st. Then I'm gonna do 2 sautés, an échappé, jump back to 1st. So 2 of them here. 1, 2, jump out to 2nd, back into 1st. And now glide the other way, glissade, 2 sautés, 1, 2, back out to 2nd, back into 1st. And pay close attention, every time I ended a sauté, I ended in a demi-plie. You have to roll through that plie every time you jump. All right, let's review that one more time, nice and slow. You just finished on the last attitude. Hands come to the hips. I'm gonna move over so I have lots of room to show you. 1 glissade ends in a plie, 1st position, stretch your legs. Now you have 4 jumps total, 2 in 1st, 1, 2, back out to 2nd, 3, back in, 4. Now glissade the other way, end in the 1st position, demi-plie, 2 sautés, 1, 2, échappé, back into 1st. Let's try it all with music. All right, you're being chased on from the right, running into place. Support your arms. Look at your feet. This one's the 3rd one. Elbows down. Kick. And with an arabesque, balance, and we're Saute 1, 2, échappé, glide, saute, and the cook's going to chase you back off. Support your arms. Look at your feet. This one's the third one. Elbows down. Kick. And with an arabesque. Balance. Balance. And we'll do regroup and run to a new formation. And with the right foot in front. Attitude, arabesque. This one's going to end with hands on the hips. And glide, glissade. Saute 1, 2, échappé, glide, saute. And the cook's going to chase you back off. Support your arms. Look at your feet. This one's the third one. Elbows down. Kick. And with an arabesque. Balance. Balance. And we'll do regroup and run to a new formation. And with the right foot in front. Attitude, arabesque. This one's going to end with hands on the hips. And glide, glissade. Saute 1, 2, échappé, glide, saute. And the cook's going to chase you back off. All right, ballet B, my mushrooms. I believe that you will start preset on the sides of the stage. So 5 of you will be stage right and 5 of you will be stage left. Okay, that means you'll be off. You're on the stage, but you're not dancing. You'll be in a pose. Ballet 1 starts dancing while you're posed. Then you guys will come to the center, do group 1, group 2, and then everybody together. We're gonna move into another formation that I'll teach you when I see you next. And from there, we don't have a whole lot left to learn, so it's not gonna be very difficult, but I'm gonna tell you which side you're gonna start on, because at the end of your choreography, you're gonna go back to that side you started on. So stage right, that'll be your right side. So this should be, when you're looking at me, raise your right hand. Okay, stage right will be Adrian, Devin, Lila, Brooklyn, and Kira. Those 5 girls will start on stage right. Stage left, okay, raise your left hand. Gayatri, Sydney, Zoe, Olivia, and Abigail. Those 5 girls will start stage left, okay? When it's time, and we'll learn this a little bit better when we have Ballet 1 with us, because we'll be able to see what they're doing, we'll know what to do when they do something. They'll give us a cue. You'll come into your formation. Remember your groups, because there's 2 groups. Lila, Adrian, Olivia, Sydney, and Gayatri, group 1. Okay, so when I say group 1, those 5 girls will move with group 1. Group 2, Kira, Brooklyn, Devin, Abigail, and Zoe. Those 5 girls are group 2, right? So when I'm demonstrating today, I'll always make it clear on which group I'm gonna be first. If you know you're group 2, but I'm being group 1, don't dance when I say group 1. Okay, make sure you keep that clear. So let's review the starting choreography. We all start in a clump together and we are, I call it sleeping mushrooms. So you have first position pizza feet, your arms are en bas down low, you have a plie and your arms hang over. So let's start there. All right, I start in first position pizza feet, arms en bas, and then I kind of like deflate. I let the air out of myself. Demi plie and I hang my head over, okay? You start, when you come up, whenever your group goes, put your hands on your hips, okay? So you bring your hands up when it's time, and you go up on straight legs, releve, releve, tanlier means slide, arabesque with 2 flicks, up, up, tanlier, 2 flicks, okay? Group 1 does that, then they go back to sleep. Group 2 wakes up and does that, then everybody does it together, okay? So let's try it without music first, just for a warm-up and a review. I will be group 1 this time. So everybody starts here, and group 1 starts to the right, to the left, tanlier, arabesque, to the left, to the right, tanlier, and group 2. There's your arabesque, and up, tanlier, arabesque, everybody goes up, up, tanlier, arabesque, up, tanlier, arabesque. Then we're gonna put our hands on our hips and skip. For now, you can skip in a circle. You end with pizza feet. Okay, we're gonna do passe. When we passe, the same arm as leg is gonna come up in front of your heart. It's gonna come up and go out. Okay, so I go passe, open, passe, open, plie, saute, plie, saute. Then my arm comes up, and my arm comes up. From there, all right, girls, so we have just finished arm coming up, arm coming up. Your arms are gonna circle around. They're gonna go to the right. So you're gonna leave your right arm up and bring your left arm to it. Then over your head, back around, tanlier into your arabesque with 2 flicks of your wrist. From there, your hands are gonna come onto your hips. We're gonna kind of march, but we don't wanna march like little soldiers because we're little delicate mushrooms. So make sure that your feet are coming up in a pointed fashion because we're ballerinas, and you're gonna march down stage, march, coming forward, coming toward me. Okay, when you get here, put your pizza feet on. We're gonna slide over to the left and do a little curtsy and bring it back to first, put your hands on your hips. From here, we're gonna do a passe and a pas de chat. Right? So when I do my passe pas de chat, I say, Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, Jack jump over the candlestick. Then we go the other way. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, Jack jump over the candlestick. Okay, a candlestick is a long skinny candle. So I imagine in my head that there's a candle right here and I don't want to get burned. So I have to jump over it. Keep your toes nice and high so they don't get burned. Right, let's try that little bit with the music from right after you skipped in a circle. All right, so you're skipping, and you end with pizza feet on, passe, passe, plie, saute, plie, saute. Arm goes up, out, out, and down. Tanlier, arabesque, march, coming forward, and take a little curtsy, passe, pas de chat, passe, pas not a shawl. And then you will march off in 2 directions. If you started stage right, you go stage right. If you started stage left, you will walk off stage left, right? So after you came down stage, march with your hands on your hips in parallel. Okay, put your pizza feet on when you get there. Slide over with a tendu. You're gonna tuck this foot behind you, curtsy, bring it back to hands on hips, first position. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, Jack jump over the candlestick. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, Jack jump over the candlestick, and then you'll leave in 2 directions. So if you started stage right, you go that way. If you started stage left, you go that way. Let's try it all from the beginning. I will be group 2 this time. All right, here we go. I'm group 2. Group 1, up, Tanglier, arabesque, left, Tanglier, arabesque, group 2. Everybody. One more time. Stretch your arms. Skip in a circle. Pizza feet. Passes. Sautés. Arms again. Bring the left arm down. Tanglier. March down stage, come straight forward. And curtsy. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jump over the candlestick. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jump over the candlestick. March off in whichever direction you came from. Here we go. I'm group 2. Group 1, up, Tanglier, arabesque, left, Tanglier, arabesque, group 2. Everybody. One more time. Stretch your arms. Skip in a circle. Pizza feet. Passes. Sautés. Arms again. Bring the left arm down. Tanglier. March down stage, come straight forward. And curtsy. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jump over the candlestick. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jump over the candlestick. March off in whichever direction you came from. All right, ladies, the next step before we move on, I would love it if you could get a little audience to watch you. Typically, we would take turns watching each other. Again, I can't see you, so please send me some videos or some pictures, or even if it's just a question, please email me so I can see how well you're doing at home. If you don't have siblings, you could get some stuffed animals or some dolls, set them up like a little audience in front of you so you get used to practicing in front of somebody else. Mom or dad can watch. Maybe you can FaceTime grandma and grandpa just so that somebody can watch you, okay? That's important to practice in front of an audience. Let's get ready to stretch. So, have a seat on the floor. We'll make our dessert first. Reach up and grab 2 sticks off the tallest tree. Put them straight down. Make sure they're straight sticks, so keep your knees nice and straight. Have somebody sharpen those sticks up for you. And here's your marshmallows. Grab 2 of them. Put them on the ends of your pointy feet. Sit up nice and tall. Make sure you're not leaning forward. You have a nice flat back. Wiggle just your toes. You're wiggling those in the fire. I don't want to see your whole foot flap, just the balls of your feet are moving. And pull them out. Now you can flex your feet, blow on your marshmallows. Pull your marshmallows off of your sticks. Get 2 graham crackers ready. Marshmallow goes on one side. I always put Reese cups on the other side. Hold on to your ankles so that you don't get marshmallows all over your hands. Smush it up together. Sit up nice and tall. Let's lean over and not really eat your shoes, but let's count to 8. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sit up nice and tall. Butterfly your legs. Let's start to slow our butterflies down. And they're almost asleep, butterflies. Let's get ready to make a pizza. So you have your legs really wide here. Sorry, you can't see my other leg. Every time I turn my screen, it makes the rest of the video cut short, and it's cut my feet off in a couple of them. So you're gonna have to pretend like you can see my other foot there. Sit up nice and tall. My toes are pointed up toward the ceiling. And we're going to pat our pizza dough out in a big circle. All right, make sure you push this pizza. It's the longest pizza dough because you have to feed everybody in your house for the rest of the week with this pizza. And smooth on your sauce. Reach all the way to the edge of the crust. Don't forget to keep your toes up and your knees down. If you need to put some glue under there, you can. Smooth on the sauce all the way to the edge of the crust. Sprinkle on the cheese. Sprinkle on some more cheese. And on the count of 3, tell me your favorite pizza topping. 1, 2, 3. Very nice. Push that into the oven and keep your body back, but push the pizza all the way in so that you don't get burned. Set your timer for 8. We're gonna count in French first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ding! Pull your pizza out of the oven. Make sure you reach, keep your body back. It's never done the first time. Push it back in. Set your timer again. Let's just count in English this time. Ready? Reach over as far as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Sit up nice and tall. Pull your pizza out. Reach as far as you can. That looks like a good pizza. Hands behind your back. You're going to take a big bite right out of the middle. Ready? And hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Make sure you don't have any pizza sauce on your face. And let's take one more bite. Count it again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up nice and tall. Shake those legs out to bring them in. Sit crisscross applesauce and give yourself a nice big hug. Rub your shoulders because you worked really hard today. The other arm on top. And a nice big pat on the back. Make sure you do it with both arms. I don't think we got our grade book out once in this class, so get your grade book out. Give yourself 3 A+ because you are absolutely awesome, right? I can't wait to see you guys again. I miss you like crazy. Please send me some videos so I can see how well you're doing at home. Can't wait to see you again. Bye, girls.